So, let's get into this game. Oh. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I have these. I don't. Live and Spooky will be very cool for like Halloween time. It looks like it's like you directing a horror movie sort of thing. It looks really cool. So we'll definitely have to do that for like a spooky stream. But we will do enter game name. I guess I'll do stream so that I remember I'm playing this on stream.
Our main headlines tonight.
Experience a story without the stress. Non-broadcast mechanics are off. Users are very forgiving. I don't think we want that. Usually we're here for the story, but I feel like I want to have some fun with it. Intern. Oh, let me turn off the music. We can barely hear it anyways. Broadcaster recommended. A balanced experience, non-broadcast mechanics and viewer ratings provide a reasonable challenge. A real challenge and then custom. So maybe we'll do broadcaster, since that seems like the normal.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Let me know if everything is too loud. It shouldn't be. I checked it before, but let me know if it's too much. Okay, so I can use a number keys. That's good. Day 1, the election. Oh my goodness. Was Bob Ross just on? Turn right. Okay. Oh, that's all we can do right now is just here, okay?
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
Got it.
Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going
up here
and not down.
Got
Underneath
it.
that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home.
Got it.
It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the 4 small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These
I don't know left
plugs
and
are
right.
everything in the
Oops.
studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
Okay.
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain.
Ah!
Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we've got on now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left.
Yeah.
They're your adverts. Pick any 3 and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up to the front again.
Exercise. Oh, I guess we could read. Popular sportsman Johnny Ham sleeps exercise video for healthy housewives. Let's do that. Come to Bumley, an undiscovered holiday gem for those on a tight budget if there's nowhere else. My Salad Weekly. Subscribe weekly to enjoy this mouth-watering reading exercise. What?
Prawn and mayonnaise?
Right, quick as you can. Select screen 1.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds. seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be to throw the news titles on screen too.
Okay.
There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
I'm not relaxed.
And corners the flowered market.
Okay.
Top chat.
But it does seem like we have
Sports
a
fans
good
everywhere
amount of
celebrate as
time
popular footballer Johnny
to
Hampshire
chill.
wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Right. Button
That's
2
all coming up on
in
tonight.
3,
National
2,
Nightly News.
1. Lovely, mate.
Okay. I don't know how I should have known that, though.
Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Got it. But what if I do it right now? We'll play through the tutorial part of it, I guess. And then maybe we'll have a bit more fun. To learn what we should do. Do
Here
it.
it comes. Switch to screen 1. Lovely, mate.
Thank you.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right. Use that slider that's flashing or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have
Oh my
all conceded
goodness.
defeat to
Why?
Advance's overwhelming
Why
mandate
is this
and have yet to
happening?
appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's going well. All you got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
Okay. Sounds
And
peachy.
3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Wanker snatch?
Election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse it with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. That's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Love you too.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wicked. We've made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting.
Right.
A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
cards. Please
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking.
Yeah, obviously.
2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most.
10
So if you're
seconds?
on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Okay.
quiet in the studio.
But I definitely want to show what the people want to actually see, which is this. Okay, I think now we'll start being maybe a bit crazier.
4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf,
That was pretty
culture
good.
correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his
joined
name.
today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
This is actually kind of nice. No, you were a dick before.
Being with you here today is a moment
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful
No.
chap, he really is. A worked with him on several movies.
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I can do whatever I want. Thank
What a
you.
wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying?
Oh.
But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all.
I wanted to get that look because
A love,
that
of
looked
course.
very snarky.
For free. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards...
Her voice or her facial reactions are so funny.
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding. Doesn't it?
Yeah, look how uncomfortable she is. This is what the audience wants to see.
I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I
See, the
inspire.
audience wants that.
The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'd just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Cool, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more
But
interference.
what if I
It's
just...
a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle
They're not happy.
on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes...
This is so wrong. People would love to see this.
Now we're gonna squash...
Broadcast failed? No. That's such bullshit. That would be high ratings. Watching the guy lose his shit on the commercial break, or not commercial break, I guess, that would be so good. That's what people want. I don't like that. That was not for broadcast. It would be everywhere. Yeah, it would be viral so quick. That's what people want to see, is that shit. I guess retry from checkpoint. I don't even know where a checkpoint would have been for there. Oh. There's no way that wouldn't be the best. So it's from the beginning. I kind of don't want to have to listen to everything again. Okay.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence. 'Cause
I
you're gonna be
know.
cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb.
These aren't my
1.
cards. Please
Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on
Jeez.
television, haven't haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio. Thank you so much.
Wow.
10 seconds, everybody.
Shushing her.
Going in 5,
Ridiculous.
3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
up,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to
shop
Blunderclatch on screen 3.
I
when she
know,
says his
sir.
name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful chap.
Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
Worked with him on several movies, all terrible.
I'll do what I want,
said to
sir.
Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last.
We just gotta
starring
sprinkle
role
in the little
when I
bits that
played
are definitely gonna be
Sergeant
clip
Brock
worthy.
Brockman in Bullet
But
Man.
not lose us our
You'll
job.
remember that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards. Those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure.
Get back to who's talking.
Oh, would you stop it, bro?
What is it
I'm
then that
fine.
drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding. Giving. Suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people.
Wow.
But most
He
of all,
seems
I
like
think
such
I
a
do it for
dick.
the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore.
Oh, I tried to bleep
He
it.
won't do it again.
I said fuck.
Oh,
Did it again.
shit. I
Hey,
forgot.
don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit trickier this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging right.
You think I don't know that?
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
Nolans, we mustn't.
Why would you have to do this for... This seems real bad. Oh, he hits women!
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse and this time push upwards.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Oh, wait. Oh, oops. Oh, I see.
You said.
You need to see this.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
Yeah. I got it.
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
Oops.
Bloody perfect, mate.
Phew.
We have to ask ourselves.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count your in.
Yes. This is such a long shot of them just thinking and looking. I don't know that this is going to be a great movie.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words.
Yeah.
As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master
Yes.
screen. Here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the space bar on your keyboard for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it.
Huh.
And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple.
Okay.
Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it
Oh, I
now.
see. With these. Okay.
As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping.
And
on
you
the
guys have to
road.
listen to 3
Remember,
things with
button
that
lights up,
and the
careful,
other screen and me.
and hold it down.
From the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your family...
Probably have it a
Select
little
screen
bit.
1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live.
Yeah.
That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard.
I
1 to
know.
4.
Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to advance headquarters. Where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast.
Go
Oh shit,
for it,
he's
Pat.
pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming. And, well, thank you all for coming. And, well, what where do I start?
They said we
What
couldn't
a
do
day.
it.
He's drunk.
Dirty low-down lions,
Every southern
dirty
bastard
low-down
trick they had
lions.
against southern
For you,
they had against
Nice.
You saw right through there. You saw
I'm
right
sorry about the
through
language
there.
there. I'm
Sorry about that.
the
I've had a
language
couple
there.
of celebrating. Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrating. Coarser than the grown is funny. Coarser than the grown
Memorably
is
put.
funny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things
I'm
are
gonna
going
lower it a
well.
bit more.
When the country is suffering, you don't need a party.
Oh, yep.
You need a
True.
team. A team that can change things. But today is day 1 of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have reduced a definitive loss.
Okay, shut the fuck up, bro. She's
into the millions.
You
Whatever.
know this sort of, probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow we will be introducing
Okay, you didn't say any cuss words. That was crazy.
system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first,
Audience is getting bored,
give them
mate.
a pay.
No, they're not. You have no idea what you're talking about. They're not bored watching a drunk man make a fool of himself and talk truth about
Health and education.
this
To
stuff.
raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh twats,
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people whose children you raise.
so they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends.
That's all he can say. It ends today.
Ends today. And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Hold it down a bit long there, mate.
Yeah.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you.
Fruity language.
If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
More boring politics then?
This is some weird fever dream. Am I dying now?
You should be so lucky.
That's what our bleep should be, is that quack.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Week by week, and very soon you'll have a salad that really
That salad, I don't know, I looked over and it looked very sexual. Broadcast complete. Challenge room unlocked. Interesting.
When the program's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence and an overall grade. Remember,
It's not too
grades
bad.
mean bonuses,
Oh.
and they keep the boss happy. If you want to know more about how it went, select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
I guess more info.
Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand what happened during the show. You got a graph there showing you what the audience did. They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course, you can really drill into the details if you want to get better at making TV. I never came here, never once.
I never came here once. He's like, don't look at it.
Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid.
Broke
and how
ass
much
poor.
wealth you have overall. That bollocks at the bottom shows you the financial state of our main advertisers. But you don't own any fucking shares. You're a cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care? This is the last page, and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
So, I guess I don't understand
All right, mate.
that one.
Into the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes, and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
Wow, this is very detailed. Oh.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look. At 9 p.m, sit back.
Personality of the year.
How do we do on this very first transition? It's such a long intro.
But first,
definitely could have been better. Edit, note, delete.
Right, click on rushes and let's have a look at those.
I don't care.
This is the rushes room. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show.
Oh, I do care.
Cross and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Oh. Oh, there we go. The Blunderclatch interview. And then we save a VHS tape and we launch it for the world.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
But this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
I know. I think they think you won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. It's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin bloody ice, Rob.
Record.
Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much. For...
Wow.
10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
welcome back to the National Nightly News.
Jeez.
Later we'll be hearing from...
And today
I guess just need to get to the end.
I said to Peter...
Upset, but we
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
And we're out.
Rob, get the car. We're out of here.
Mr. Blundercatch. Mr.
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blundercatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
You don't know the half of it. Rob! I'll be at the Dorset. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
It's in my Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to. Oh, go on then. Say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
Jeez. Oh, having to bring up your contract all the time would be so just like terrible. It's in my contract. It's in my contract. It's in my contract. Thank you very much.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's a liability in the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
I mean, a lawyer and a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
It's really, I think all I need to see from that. So what, continue? I wasn't paying attention for the first little bit, and now I have no idea what's happening here, what the objective is. It's to make sure that we have viewers. Oh. Oh, this is different. Basically, we're just trying to make it so that we have viewers and cut like a real TV show. But there was a lot of things that we got to see at the end of it right there. There were things that we couldn't listen to because we were broadcasting and we were doing other things. So, that's interesting. I don't know what this is. You arrive home to find posts on the mat. Most being nothing more than the usual junk mail. One layer, however, catches your eye. The team wants to know you. Curiosity gets a better view when you open it. It's a form from the new advanced government, asking for information on all citizens? Yee! The first page is filled in already. Your name, Alex Winston. Your spouse, Sam Winston. Your children, Charles Winston, 14, and Susie Winston, 19. Well, you moose, at least I got the basics right. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Upon starting a new job, you would... Why would I answer this? What the fuck? Upon starting a new job, you would be friendly, introduce yourself to new coworkers, be productive and get to work immediately, ease yourself in and orient yourself with your new workplace, reminisce with friends about old jobs. I'd be productive. It's a trap, don't open, I know. What the hell? A colleague in a different department has confided in you that they've been taking home confidential. This is literally like training that you have to take at work, or at least I do at my work. What the fuck? Confidential information. Now a file of minor importance has gone missing. You would help your colleague cover up their violation. Plot twist, you're in the mafia now. Recommend that your colleague reports it. Promise your colleague that you won't tell anyone. Report the violation to your supervisor immediately. This is literally training questions. I'm gonna answer it just like I would the training questions, where I know what they want me to say. An entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than the previous ones. Great! That'll definitely work. You would leave work on time. Stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline. Leave work early and head to the pub to chat about the changes with colleagues. Leave work early and head home to see your family. I would stay late to ensure I hit the first deadline. Definitely, totally not lying. It's the annual company barbecue, and you and your family have been invited. You are looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. Are washing your hair that day. Go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. Have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. Probably that one, right? You've had a long, successful career and now about to retire. In your speech, you list your achievements and all the good memories you have of working there. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. Focus on issues and challenges you face while working there. Refuse to attend. Hitting too close to home. List your achievements. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music or making models. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. Encourage and support your children with their hobbies. Play in your local sports team. Probably not the political rallies. I don't think that they want us to do that. I feel like the relaxing alone is a trick, and that they're like, hey, they're not part of society. They're loners. They're weird. I feel like playing your local sports team is the correct answer. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind, exploring somewhere unfamiliar and discovering new experiences and challenges. A structured day out at the theme park, bursting with thrills and attractions for you and your family. A romantic getaway. There doesn't seem to be any correct answer here. I don't know. Maybe this one, exploring somewhere unfamiliar. Gosh, how long is this questionnaire? It is most important that the government keeps people safe, free, happy, equal. I think the correct answer that they want is safe, but all? You should be safe, we should be free, we should be happy and equal. Safe, I guess. Thank you for your cooperation. Advance knows your time is valuable, and we appreciate your help in leading the nation to a brighter future. I don't want to sign my name. Absolutely not. Day 6, a family matter. Okay, this isn't very broadcasty anymore. It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up a favorite coffee cup, a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. The print's faded, but the goofy face still makes you smile. A knock at the window brings you back to reality. There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. Uh-oh. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table, visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. Science Gefilthe's name? True. I'm so sorry for bursting in so late, Alex, Chris stammers. But I need a favor, and you're the only one I can ask. Are you okay? Should I go get Sam? No need to worry, Sam. You're in our house. How does he not know you're here? It's you I came to see. I just need 2 minutes. You've heard about the Assets and Wealth Act? I literally work in news, Chris. Yeah, I literally work in news. What was that? Why did it get staticky? Uh-oh. I've been framed. You have been framed. Chris first bangs the table. It's total bullshit. They're taking whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with it. Madness! Which is why I need your help. What exactly is it you need? Why do I get the feeling I'm not gonna like this? Yeah, what exactly is it that you need? Chris' eyes seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. I can't give you that. It's illegal. They've taken mine in half the bloody countries, but people always say you and I look similar. So, Chris is pacing now. I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, me and my money will be safe, but I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex, I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice. I mean, surely there's another way. That's crazy that they've taken everybody's passport. I'm not giving him my passport though, because what if we need to leave? No. There's no way I'm doing that. Chris's mouth falls open. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I've treated your children like they were my own. We're family. Does that mean nothing to you? I mean, you treating my children well is just what you should be doing. That's not a favor. I don't need to pay you for that. It's against the law. I can't help you with this. Yeah, no. Fine, I'll solve this myself. Chris spits. So much for family loyalty, eh? I mean, why didn't you want Sam, your brother, to know what you were doing? You know this is wrong. You know that he wouldn't be into it. There's no way. What if we need to leave? What if I need to leave with my passport? Absolutely fucking not. Grabbing the neon fluorescent suitcase. Why is it neon fluorescent suitcase? Chris disappears into the night. You go back to the dishes, picking up Sam's cup again. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. The knot in your stomach tightens. Screw the 1%. Keep your
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
Is what I did unacceptable or him? I need to know for, my own self-worth. The fallout? Uh-oh.
That's better. Let's get set up and get on with it, so I can get back to my guests. First of all, let's get the power on.
Oh, yeah.
You need to get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences, don't they?
But I like the consequences. Those are fun. Should we play? Is this toy safe? I want to see what it is. Rymington's must-have toy for your child this Christmas. I want to see what that is. We have to now. Like, It took a while to play, but I didn't respond to you saying you can help him. So I'm unacceptable. Advanced Go-Getters should be played. I don't love that. An elegant new skin cream with a porky little twist. As somebody who uses a lot of skin creams, I would like to figure that out. Crazy Nails Festive Yuletide Ornament Spectacular. Alan James is coming soon to medium-sized hall near you. Maybe Crazy Neil. Or Crazy Neil, I guess.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These two buttons at the
Cake
bottom
sale.
of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here. It's really simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
No,
And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own
I don't
secret
understand what I was supposed to do there.
10 seconds,
I have to
everybody.
choose between these two. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it
Out.
out.
When it explodes, going in 5, 4, 3.
It honestly sounds like the title to a really bad porn, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the
I
Assets and
see.
Wealth Act on the brink
Okay.
of raising living standards for the vast majority of the country, I'll be asking my guess if we're on the way to a new future. With the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history.
I can't do that to
Sophia
a
Remington
woman.
has always impressed. She was top
She
of
was
her
just
class
having
at
fun in
university
the other one, and
graduated
people would
with the
definitely
highest
see her
honours,
bad.
immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehearts. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety. Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong, a marine biologist,
We're gonna do them fighting.
have today set off with Dante's paint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. Many were surprised that the two scientists, who've shared a fractious rivalry for many years, decided to undertake this expedition in each other's
that does look like a rivalry.
the two released a joint
Ugh.
statement in which they opine geniuses don't have to like each other to achieve remarkable results. Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's
Oh, I don't know.
The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year last week.
Him
as
throwing
reported
up.
By this very program.
Oh my god.
And judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner. And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around
I don't
the
know.
country
3?
and talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an advanced-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that and mega more for the group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh, yeah, shit. Ah! I was like, what the fuck is that? I don't know why just during our breaks we have interference issues, but sure. Seems likely. I think that was beautiful.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds.
Projectile vomit
Joining
is
me are
very
Katie Brightman,
interesting.
a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up. Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd. Ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs.
That's not a bad word.
Alan James is
shamelessly self-promoting. Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most disruptive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking...
Nothing will stop the grand plan.
Weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, who will be laughing then?
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young
Oh.
lady doesn't understand
Oops.
is that these are the same
I didn't think that was a bad word. I wasn't. Bollocks. I'm very bad at
That's where
this.
you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage.
Oh my God.
Psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first
We
step.
need a blurring tool.
Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiarts.
Jeez.
Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're
Oh, no.
pumping it full of belief juice.
Oh my
Don't get me
God.
wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, that could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
Of course.
Brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
Phew.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Wow.
Look up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Oh.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Oh, the Furbies.
How's it going? Actually, fuck it, I don't care. I hate the fucking news. Oh, bloody hell, I love this tune, though. All right, mate, see you later. Bye.
I'm just saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Oh, it's a Furby. That's a commercial we
Set up a
picked.
word, and that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Little Jakey's going to the big bad country with butter.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they're calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Yeah, that was not a very fun Furby.
There simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. What are you doing?
She's leaving him during a news broadcast?
I'm leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well,
This is great
the
TV.
affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to.
Can you
relieve the pressure
imagine?
on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next time,
Oh my God, can you imagine?
A man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm
Shit.
sure we all long for a return to the days
Sorry.
when you could safely
Have to
walk
read
the
Chan
streets
a
of your
bit.
community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or cosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Oops.
That's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly.
Oh, my
It's all in
goodness.
the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimp's escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying,
Oh my
Jesus
God.
didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive.
Oh my God.
Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Back you go. Back in your gimp space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Oh!
Clive, this simply won't do. Naughty boy. Mummy said it.
Clive, I'm not having this again.
Mummy said
Oh my God. This is the best TV ever.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight...
Good boy.
I spoke to Mallory at the bridge.
Time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swamp. He's agreed to take us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Titwank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalisation, as you can imagine. And obviously, titwanks are quite
Oh
hard to
my
come by.
god.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank, Tony.
Oh my god.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Titwank, Tony.
Oh my.
I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Soapin!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Vampire Chris. And a stripper.
This one.
Yep.
Yeah.
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this now?
You are joking. You've only got Mr. Fancy, oh. Not now, fellas, I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh my gosh.
Hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal here, Tony.
Fucking way, let's believe that.
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony?
Oh my god.
2 seconds. How is this happening?
It's been 2 seconds.
Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to gain a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues.
Rehabilitation, yeah.
After the break...
If the news was like this, I'd probably watch it more often. Honestly.
Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back.
Oh my god.
That went well.
Mate, I ain't got long and I'm quite drunk. It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so pissed. I think I might go and throw up in a...
I don't know what he's talking about. The music?
Welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're gonna open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5.
Got it.
4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest.
I'm the older, more popular one.
Okay.
Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like
doesn't
Angela,
sound
there was
good.
really only one choice of career for me. My wife, Angela, and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
Put it in, coach.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grants?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly. But we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day. And so we thought, why not? Let's have a go with this whole democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant.
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears.
Tears.
Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist! Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning. But will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why am I only truly happy when I'm eating?
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I'm Gary the Fist. And you're just a sad little girl with two gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my two new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team.
Yeah!
And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
But I can't fight all three of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
So what am I doing here?
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face.
Why?
I could be you.
Why?
And you could be me.
Or you could be free.
Life can be peachy keen.
I love how they're not in frame, yeah.
Work as a team.
It's my choice to be made. So stop now, make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your cruel lads. I'm a mother-loving rebel, but I still love maths.
Oh. I know I saw it 4 times there for a bit, but I'm not really sure why. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist, but that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist.
Hitting women is wrong.
Oh, oops.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what it's grading me on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
If you work as a team,
Just work as a team.
it's your choice to be me.
It's my choice.
So stop now, make a different choice.
Listen to that inner voice.
Friendship!
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Whew.
Oh, that was
Carry the fist.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Ooh. Oh my goodness, that was kind of crazy. I think they want to know what's around the corner. I know, I was like, this is weird. Oh. If you don't pass Gary the Fist, we'll come after you, yeah. Gary the Fist. I love how they kept doing that. This would be fun to, like, film these little segments for this, honestly. Eee, we did bad. That's okay. Full wages? I'm still broke ass poor. I want to see, was it the pre-roll or the Alan James interview? I can't remember. There's definitely something that was like, what was happening there? So let's go back into that. Something happened when we cut. And
All that, a mega move with a group of young actors who already experienced.
To set it on fire too much? It's like
Thanks for coming on.
bonfires
Thanks
in
for
town
having me.
centres, but Alan
No,
James, no
we
doubt
did
you've read
hear
my
this.
stuff.
I try not to, if I'm honest.
I think maybe the Law and Order. Because we heard that part. It's definitely not the hate friendship.
Saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Bullshit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said a bit of word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Is little JD scared of the big bad culture with water?
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah, this one. I want to see what happens at the end.
Totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us.
Okay, yeah, what happened? What happened after?
Cannot believe you, Ellen. I would have expected this from your sister, but not from you.
When are you going to realise I'm not her, Greg?
Jeez.
Oh, trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Wow. So in love with the sister.
Or cough.
This one would have been very funny to film as well. So hypocritical. And so true.
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral decay. Crime is the responsibility.
There's so many people that you see that are like, oh yeah, you know, we need to stop the pedophiles and gay people, and then they end up being a pedophile or gay. Like, you are the pedophile, or you are gay and you just didn't want to come out. Like, ugh.
The police's position on morality voice.
In you are. Good boy.
I spoke to Mallory at the Bridge Club.
No, naughty boy.
She says the hall is absolutely fine for Sunday.
Oh,
marvellous. Now, I booked your mother in for a hearing test.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. Now, how's your IBS been?
Jeez.
His birthday. Many happy returns.
I don't think there's really much else to see in this one, but we can see what happened after we had to cut.
Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought.
That is an apartment full of people. That is kind of wild. So, yeah. that about sums it up there. Quack. How are things at home? I don't know. How are things at home? Day 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. A late night. You arrive home after another long shift to find a note waiting for you on the countertop. You recognize Sam's hurried scrawl. Chris has been evicted for not paying rent. You know where this is headed. Sam's gone to pick up Chris's stuff from the street. Don't wait up. Underlined twice. So this is your fault now, is it? You sulkily press play on the cheap horror film you were going to watch together. It used to absolutely terrify you as a kid, but always makes the two of you laugh. It's not the same without Sam, but you still chuckle to yourself occasionally. How is him not paying his rent our fault? Just as you get to the good bit, the part where Candy decides to investigate alone, your 14-year-old son interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. He looks at you in a way only a child can, pleading but somehow defiant. You let him go as long as he promises to be home by 11. You tell Charlie no, he knows he's not allowed out this late on a school night. Yeah, it's a school night. Charlie's voice gets louder and louder as he sees you're not going to change your mind. You pretend that it's for my own good, but really it's just what you just want to be left alone. I fucking hate you. Bleep! We have to bleep that. He hesitates. He knows he's gone too far, but in his rage, he can't bring himself to back down. Before you can open your mouth, he storms up the stairs and slams the door. Wow. You decide to give him some space. You both need to cool down. You check in on your son before you head to bed. I think I would check in before I head to bed. I would give space, but then check in. Like, I'll do that. You knock on Charlie's door, and when there's no answer, you quietly open it. Your son is under the duvet, sulking. He's determinedly facing the wall, but once it's clear you're not leaving until he talks to you, he sighs and turns to face you. He needs to learn to control his temper. He begrudgingly apologizes for his outburst, and both of you sleep much easier having cleared the air. Did we? Just tell him Gary the fist will get if he doesn't listen. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I thought it was gonna tick one more time. A tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You did always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now, your dad's place. It's been a tense afternoon. Everyone can feel it. It's the first time you've seen Chris since you refused to part with your passport. It's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. Christmas is usually such a nice time of year. I'm not giving up my passport. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. Jeez, it was a lot of days. It went by quick. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? You make a toast. You stay silent. I'd probably just be like, are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? Your mother stares vacantly at you, confused. She comes back to herself with a stare of recognition. Yes, thank you, Alex. It's lovely, she murmurs. Eee. It's been happening more and more lately. That's so sad. The clatter of cutlery is all that can be heard as Chris stares pointedly at you. You make a toast. Fuck you, Chris. You stand and raise your glass. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm glad we're all here. There are murmurs of cheers and much clinking of glasses. Ooh, that's a cool camera. Chris doesn't move. Yeah, we're all here, no thanks to you. Chris? Sighs Sam. Come on now, it's Christmas. Can't we put that behind us? I wasn't talking to you, or Sam's right. Let's try and enjoy ourselves. Oh, I would be saying that. I was like, Chris? Sam's right. Let's try and enjoy ourselves. Chris turns away from you, taking some frustration on a cheap cut of roast chicken. Your daughter Susie seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me? You chuckle. This sounds familiar. I'm not gonna like this, am I? You joke. Susie rolls her eyes. You know me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. Susie begins innocently. Well, I was hoping you'd help me with the money. She's interrupted by Chris, who makes a derisive snort. I wouldn't hold your breath, Suze. Not known for your generosity, are you, Alex? I would not give up my passport for you. Chris, do us all a favor and shut your mouth. Ignoring Chris, you smile at your daughter. Yeah, fuck him. Just fuck him. We'll see so many parts of the world and learn oh, this is her. We'll see so many parts of the world and learn so much about other cultures. Susie gushes. You sigh and lower your voice. You know, money's really tight now that Grandma's staying here. We just don't have that kind of money, Suze. But please, Harriet's parents are helping her. I'm sorry, I wish we could afford it, but we can't. We are broke ass poor. Maybe we'll try to find a way to make it work, though. Happy holidays. Agree to pay for your daughter's holiday. What is money? Current wealth changed to what is money? Sam interrupts. Sorry, were you gonna console me on this? That wasn't an option! Or were you going to just carry on pretending I don't exist? You feel your cheeks flush red and turn away so Chris can't see. You know you haven't been the most attentive lady, but this rebuke still seems harsh. Sam exhales and seems to brighten. But luckily for someone, I agree. This is a great opportunity. I'm sure we can find the money somewhere. Sam isn't looking at you. Okay. I'm a very big person that if you have a fight, you do not do it in front of family or people. Like, if he really felt that way, you wait until you're home and be like, hey, I really wish you would talk to me about that. Not in front of fucking everybody. Wow. But also, that wasn't an option in the game. Charlie excuses himself awkwardly as you start to clear the plates in silence. Have you had a nice birthday, Pat? Your mother chimes in cheerfully. Merry fucking Christmas. Wow. A welcome windfall. You're leafing through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing the teal advance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, thank you for sending us your passports for approval. We can now confirm their receipt and validation for the new assets and wealth redemption scheme. Hopefully this will make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. As such, it's our pleasure to enclose a check which we hope you will see as a symbol not only of our gratitude to you, but of unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. The throbbing of your fresh, speed-induced paper cut is the only reason you can't believe you're awake. A check? And a sizable one at that. Chris was right. Advance really are redistributing well. We will continue to strive to the betterment of this nation and its people. Forwards together. Okay? The weight of your financial burdens lessens slightly. It's bliss. I guess that's good, but I mean, redistributing what from who to who? And then we did need our passport, so I'm glad that we didn't give him our passport. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages, finally getting some time alone together, where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work. Just a bit of romance and some peace and quiet. The zip finally gives up the bow, and you drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Good evening, Alex. This is Mr. Bossman. I'm calling to inform you that you will be required to work this weekend. Your heart sinks. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nations and foreign powers, and the national nightly news team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. Needless to say, I will expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant evening, Alex. Shock turns to annoyance and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, brimming with excitement, kissing you. They grab the car keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the back. Ignore the message, you need the weekend. Apologize profusely to your spouse, but you really should go into work. Yeah, shut that. No, ignore the message, you need this weekend. Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice from behind you. Nothing important, you reply as you put on your coat, adrenaline coursing through your body. Once again, though, I would have talked to my partner about it. Grabbing Sam round the waist, you practically slam the front door. You might as well enjoy your time off. You're gonna pay for it on Monday. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yep. An unwelcome return. Ugh. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. A note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I'm very disappointed, Winston. Was it worth it? Yes. Connecting with your partner, it's just a job. A permission slip? Not worrying every day. We went from comfortable to not worrying every day. I like that that's the current wealth thing. Different just sayings, not actual money. Your son Charlie hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the advanced go-getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Yeah. Sounds weird. It sounds culty. Charlie grabs the flyer from you and thrusts the form into your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister can drop us home after. So you won't have to do anything. You sign the permission slip for your son to join the advanced go-getters. You refuse to sign the form for your son. I think I'm gonna sign it, right? I mean, I don't know. If I refuse, he's gonna be very upset. I don't know that there's anything wrong with it. It just seems weird. I'll sign it. Your son is thrilled. It's heartwarming to see him so passionate about becoming an active part of the community. This can only be a good thing. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be bad. A profitable partnership. When are we gonna go back to work? After a particularly long day at work, you come home to find the post sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is usually rubbish, but a letter with the increasingly familiar Advance logo in urgent response immediately plastered on the front in correspondingly urgent red font grabs your attention. Best to get it over with. Dear Winston residents, this letter is to inform you that the Advance government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality. By nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country, the Partnership Bonds program ensures that wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions chosen by Advance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note, all returns are based on public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Eye of the Beholder, Incorporated. Whether it's cosmetic, clothing, or couture, we see the beauty in all our customers. Neil's Deals Limited. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil. Pleasure Corp. Our business is your pleasure, from sport to travel or even just some you time. You can't say pleasure without leisure. pleasure. Pleasure. I guess Pleasure Corp. Thank you for making your selection. Please return this form using the envelope provided. You'll receive a report from your partnerships in 3 to 6 working months. Wow. It seems even advance can defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. The future of this nation is in partnership. 4 words together. Just how much influence could you have? Ugh. Yeah, that seems weird. A teenage rebellion? You step out of your old car in silence. Sam slams the door and you wince. Things are looking up though, current wealth-wise. Sam slams the door and you wince, hoping the door won't come off its hinges. You don't say anything, now's not the time. As you approach the front desk, you feel physically sick. The police officer asks you to wait. Eventually, after what seems like an eternity, your daughter is brought out by an officer with a kind face. She's a good kid, but if we pick her up for graffiti again, we will have to charge her. You nod and apologize on Susie's behalf as Sam hugs your shell-shocked daughter. As you shake her hand, the officer lowers her voice. Keep her away from that boy. I think she'll be fine. In the car, you attempt to broach the subject, but Susie refuses to say a word. After a while, you give up your questions about who this boy might be and just drive. Hours later, you stare at the ceiling worrying. The stillness in the bedroom is the only sign that Sam's also wide awake. Who is Susie hanging out with? Why is she acting out? Neither of you are going to sleep tonight, so you might as well talk to each other. Very advanced, aligned with the advanced agenda. Yee. We'll have to do a rebellious run of this, I feel like. As well. Because, yeah. This is all a lot. Whew. Day 153, The Tempest? Oh my goodness. Well, I think... Hi, Topsy! I think we're gonna stop there for now, because I know my voice is going to definitely give out if I have to keep reading stuff. Oh my goodness. What a game, though. So interesting.